situation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win, yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel. So you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna play.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, the best damn podcast this side of Mississippi. I'm your host, B-Level, and I could not do this podcast every week without introducing my co-host, my main guy, my main sidekick, my main man, Mr. Tristan. I've been mispronouncing your name, Mr. Tristan Hobbs.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
So I don't know
Happy
why I want
Sunday.
to put. I don't know why I want to put Tristan. It's Tristan.
Tristan.
Mr. Tristan Hobbs as the co-host. Now, welcome to the podcast, and I'm going to start off by paying some bills, and then we're going to go into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. There are a lot of people that are here already. Hey, Star, what's up, Mike? I see Ed doing. What do you say there, Petey? I see Shannon Streets on here. Kenya, what's up? Let's see. Yo, I see you on here. We've got a lot of people that are waiting for us on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. I guess that means we're growing, Tristan. I guess
we're growing.
I guess that's what that means. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys, but right now I need to talk about sponsorship opportunities. If you would like to sponsor the podcast is streaming somewhere between 70 to 100,000 views a month, okay? So if you want to take advantage of all of those listeners and viewers that we're having, the month of August, we had a great sale. And I will say that if you purchase an advertising package for the rest of this week, because we had a special that goes through the month of August, I will allow you to take advantage of the special price, okay? After Sunday, the price goes back up to regular price, okay? So sponsorship opportunities, if you're looking to sponsor, inbox me at Brian Stewart, inbox the UTB podcast Facebook page, or you can also inbox Tristan Hobbs as well, okay? And we will make sure we get somebody from our marketing department to get back with you, okay? Now, we are ending our search for the co-host, okay? For our female co-host, okay? Tristan is one of the co-hosts, but we are looking for a female co-host, and we are ending that search. So let me just tell you, this is literally your last week to get your entry in if you want to apply for the co-host position, okay? If you want to apply for the co-host position of the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, this is your last week to do so, okay? And then we've got to narrow it down I would say, Tristan, we've got over 50
I was
applicants.
gonna say how many prospects we got?
Over 50. Over 50.
I gotta go through them.
Oh.
You ain't told me nothing.
So here's what we're gonna do, Tristan.
Write that list down.
So no, this is what we're gonna do. Tam and I we have really been trying to get to all of these people and spend time on the phone with them. If we did not contact you, that means that we didn't get your entry. Okay, so if you have not had somebody contact you, or LX, or at least through this week, okay, because we've still got a few that we've got to dial, that got to get through this week, okay. But if you do not hear from myself or Tamala McElroy before Friday, I would say that you need to inbox us again. But what we're gonna do, Tristan, is Tam and I are gonna narrow it down to like the final 3 or 4.
Final 3, okay.
And then we're gonna let you have a say in the final 3 or 4, because you know they got the vibe with the family now. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't see the list though.
Well, you can.
Oh, okay.
It's just a long list, and then you wasn't a part of the interview process, so sometimes you just gonna be able to see their name.
Okay.
And the interesting part is you have to know the conversation, right? That's what determines kind of who we pick. So you need to be privileged to those conversations too.
Y'all share this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and shout them out before we go any further. Everybody that we didn't mention first.
Hey,
Tristan.
Marcia, what's up, Jamie? Is it Jamin? Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Tim. Hey, Kenya. Hey, Star. Hey, Yolanda. Who else is on?
J1. J1 is on here. The real J1. I see him. The
real
Bill
J1.
Bondsman. Amanda.
Y'all look him up.
Marcia.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, baby.
So, Patricia Moreland, who is a avid listener. Thank you, Patricia, for listening to us every week. I want to shout out the people that come on week after week, right? Thank y'all for rocking with us week after week. You guys can do other things for your Sunday evening, but you locked in with us, and thank you for that. I see Toya just coming on here. Hey,
Lash Goddess.
Okay,
I see
Naira.
Patricia now.
Yeah. I see everybody's coming on here.
Y'all coming on in.
Yeah,
hey,
come
Courtney.
on in. What up, Toya? I see you, baby. Courtney Edwards is in. And thank you. Now,
thank y'all for
some
the
of you
shares.
guys are being premature, okay? I need all of you guys that are on. What's up, Bert? That's my fam. I see you. Everybody that's on the live. We've got 82 people on our live right now. I need everybody to share the live. Share the live and write share it in the comments. Some people that are VIPs like Patricia, she already know what's happening. She's already shared it.
Marcia too.
Marcia has already shared it. Thank you, Marcia, for the note of the best damn podcast around. Thank you. I need everybody to share it, okay? I need everybody to share this to their timeline and then put shared in the comments so that we share it to you, okay? So that our listeners can. Thank you, J1, for sharing that. I see Will Blanton is on here as well, okay? Now, I also need you guys to go to the UTB, and that stands for Unpacking D-Baggage podcast Facebook page, and I need you to follow that as well, okay? So do those 2-3 things for me. Share it on your live, okay?
Follow and see first.
Follow and what'd you say? Follow and what?
Follow
Tristan?
and see first, or favorites.
Okay. Yeah. What he said. What he said. Put us in your favorite. What he said. All right. Now you got a lot of people sharing, so go back and shout those people out, Tristan, that have shared it as well.
Shout out to Yolanda. Shout out to Lash Goddess. Shout out to Tam. Shout out to Bert. Thank you, Rakisha. Let's see. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing the live. Jeremiah, thank you for sharing. Let's see who else. Courtney. Marvin shared it.
Lash.
Lash Goddess.
Yeah. Will Blanton. What's up, y'all? Jeremiah.
Thank you, Crystal. Marcia shared
my cousin, Andrea Bones, she shared it. Shannon Streets shared it. Crystal, my cousin Phillips, shared it. Cherie, I need you to share this live, okay? I need you to share this live. All right, so
thank you, Marcia.
I want to start off. Last week, Tristan was out of town at the hair show. I was out of town with this plies trial, and I want to start off before I get into my apology, because I have some people that I need to apologize to. But before I get into that, I want to tell you about my week. I actually traveled to Tampa, Florida last week, and a big thing that I won about 5 years ago, I decided to bring the rapper Plies to my club then, which was Club Empire.
I remember that.
It was July 27th of 2019, and he didn't show up. Now, there's a bunch of twists and turns to this lawsuit, because most rappers require you to send half of the money up front, and then the other half, if I don't miss somebody that shared, please make sure you shout them out. I want to make sure I shout out everybody that shares.
Thank you, Monica.
Okay?
Thank y'all. They shouting out my hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's why I ain't saying that.
Okay.
I was
All
gonna
right.
get to the-
Okay.
Thank y'all for sharing, y'all.
Yeah, but
Thank you,
so
Shannon.
so anyway, they normally you give them half of the money up front, half of the money when they show up. Okay, Plaza's a little bit different. He's one of the artists that you have to pay all the money up front before he gets there.
He want his back end.
He want his back end up front.
He want the
right?
back end front.
So I sent it, but there was like a delay in the payment. And because there was a delay without me going and talking about the whole case, he got the money late, even though I sent it on time. He got it late, but he had already canceled the concert, but he didn't tell me that he canceled. So he basically canceled, didn't book his flight, didn't book his hotel, didn't come, but he didn't let me know. So I'm promoting this Plies show till the night of the show. Plies, I had to get up on the stage at the nightclub, tell people that he wasn't coming. But the great thing of what I did that night is before everybody left my club, I paid everybody a cash refund so nobody could get on there and say, B-Level took my money. I knew that they were going to already be talking about Plies had not shown up, but nobody could say the next day that I didn't pay them for it. So I refund. Everybody got cash refunds before they left that night.
Right, that's honorable.
But it ended up having to sue Plies. So what Plies' deal was is he just prolonged this lawsuit. It went through COVID. That long made it go longer as well. But he just would just put in stall.
He thought you forgot.
He thought that I was going to basically run out of money. Sometimes people run out of money and they can't defend they can't pay the lawyers. So, in fact, my lawyer fees was almost $120,000. Now, I only sued Plies for the $48,000, which I paid him $27,000 to perform, and then there were some things like we paid $10,000 that night to ticket people. We paid for the promoters to promote it, radio advertisement, Facebook. So it was about $48,000 that we had. So I only sued him for the $48,000 that I had into it. Okay, I will tell you by the grace of God. And I cannot still disclose how much I was awarded because my attorney said, hey, the judge has not signed off on it yet. But I will tell you what the judgment was 6 digits twice, at least that. So it was, I only asked for $40,000 and something that he could have paid $27,000, which that's all he had to do was give my money back. It's now costing him 6 digits twice.
Give me my money. Give me my money.
So let's hand clap for that.
You gotta do it. Give me my money.
And I hate that. But the reason I share that with you is because with everything we have going on with in our city with these concerts not happening and not performing and people not getting their money back, I wanted to share that some people do great business. Everybody ain't shady promoters, right? Some people do great business, and I stood on business. It literally broke me basically because I had to be without $50,000 for almost 5 years.
Dang.
And I have not gotten a judgment because he has 30 days to appeal the decision. But it's gonna be sweet that my wait was rewarded.
I'm glad you waited because I would have pulled up at the house.
Yeah, it was crazy. He was actually in court. He was really disrespectful. And I think that one of the reasons why they gave me so much, they gave me a judgment for so much, was because of how he was handling. He was just very disrespectful. He had this thing that I'm rich. I mean, the man just said a lot of crazy stuff on the stand, but it ended up not working out for his favor. But thank you to the people who prayed for me. There were a lot of people that sent me inboxes, that shared my stuff when I was there, letting you know every day what was happening. So many people shared it. So many people prayed for me. So I am so grateful for those people who were in my corner.
Crystal is saying congrats. Patricia said you have always been 100. Marcia said it was worth the wait.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yolanda said it's congratulations.
Thank you, Patricia. I always try to do great business, okay? And that's one of the reasons why I go through a lot of stuff, but God be on my side a lot of times. I try to do right by people, okay? Now, speaking of doing right for people, about people, Tristan, I made a post a couple of days ago this saying that I owe some people an apology.
Right.
Okay. And this apology that I owe some people have been heavy on my mind for probably about 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I've been weighing and carrying around what I think, an apology is owed to some people. And I want to get into it today. I think I'm not going to wait any longer because I believe that, if God, you need a drink. that if God tells you to do something, that you be obedient. And so I've not been obedient, but now is the time that that I'm going to issue this apology, okay? And I'm going to name some people.
You gonna name their names?
I'm going to name just first name only, okay? And there's a reason for me
Marcia
naming.
she said, release it.
There's a reason for me naming just only first name only, okay? And then I'll tell you, okay? So let me get the list of names that I'm apologizing to, okay? All right. The first person I'm apologizing, her name is Keisha. I'm apologizing to Andrea. I'm apologizing to Shapika. I'm apologizing to Carla. I'm apologizing to Yana. I'm apologizing to Shanetta. I'm apologizing to Valencia. I'm apologizing to Monica. I'm apologizing to Shamika. And last but certainly not least, I am apologizing to LaToya. And so you guys ask, why am I apologizing to those people, right?
A lot of people be like,
That wasn't but 10 people. Stop it, Tristan. That's 10.
that's a lot of people to apologize.
That's 10. That's 10. So I'm apologizing to these people because these are people that I have had past relationships with, right?
Okay.
And I understand that these people love us. No, it's not love is quarrel, all right? These are people that I've been in relationships with in the past, okay? And I've struggled with this, and I felt like I needed to do this because of closure, because what I think is fair, because what I think is needed, and in the new version of the man that I am trying to be in this relationship, and just in relationship, I'm asking God to bless me with a good woman when I've done wrong by so many other women in the past, right? And these are women that are in a relationship. Now, let me stop and say there are a bunch of honorable mentions that I did not name, okay? And I'm not going to name because some of the honorable mentions, even though we've had some relationships, we never got to a place where it was exclusive. We never got to a place, you know, even though I had relationships, it just never got to a place where it was exclusive, right? But there were some other people that that I need to apologize as well, and I'm calling them honorable mentions, and you know who you are, okay? But these people, I wanted to say that I have, and I think I've shared in past episodes that most of my relationships I've cheated in. I've cheated on these people, on these women.
Why you be cheating?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to get to why I was cheating.
I be wanting to know. What
I'm going to tell you, but I owe these people apology. To my deepest, I apologize to these people because I misused their trust. I did wrong by them, and if I'm asking God to bless me with somebody, I need to go back and make it right with the people that I didn't do right by. Okay, some of these people have gone on in their marriages. A lot of these people are in other relationships. But I think that I needed to do this, right? Mm-hmm. And let me just tell you in my mindset why some of the reasons that I cheated in the past. And hopefully this will be an example to some of my homies and some of my partners. And not only just men, but to women too, because women cheat as well, right? Women cheat as well.
They just cheat better.
Yes, but a couple of reasons why I cheated. One, and there's no excuses. I'm just giving you my mindset. All right, Tristan. Growing up, I was raised in Highland Court, and I didn't see a healthy relationship.
Atlanta or here?
Huh?
Is that
Highland Court here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
off of 12th, West 12th, Highland Park. And growing up as a young boy, my father was in my life, but he was in the armed services, and so he traveled. He fought wars, and he just really was never there. So I was raised by a single mother. And I never really saw a healthy relationship of how a man and a woman is supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. Oftentimes kids, emulate what they see.
Right.
So me being raised in the project, all I saw was drug dealers and pimps. And so drug dealers, they had plenty of money and plenty of bitches. You understand what I'm saying? They had plenty of money and plenty of women. And I don't call women bitches. I'm just saying the mindset of where I was back then. Another reason why I cheated in the past is growing up, if you didn't have multiple women, Tristan, you really wasn't shit. You really wasn't the man.
Oh, I wasn't a man then.
So it was growing up, the need to cheat
But I
and
get what
have
you're saying.
multiple women. And let's be honest, I got success very early, right? When I called success, I basically was having money from a young age, right? And so when you have money, you're able to do some things with people that that is not, you don't pay for. And so I was able to do it. And I also thought that because I needed to have all of my needs met in one person, and I could never find one woman to meet all of my needs, I was being an idiot and being ignorant to know that, dummy, you're probably not going to find everything you want in one person. And you kind of have to work with that, right? It's kind of that 80-20 rule. You get 80% of the things you need and 20% of the things, and you're not, there's not a perfect mate out here. So me being ignorant, thinking that everything that I wanted I could find in one person, that was unrealistic expectations. But that's what I thought. Being greedy. Tristan, I just was greedy. Very selfish. Very greedy. I also said just because I could. I also cheated because I could. Right?
Oh, you was him. That's what you said.
I was him.
You was him. Oh.
I was him. I cheated because, there were consequences to me cheating. But I could. And this podcast is built off transparency, right? So I'm being as honest as I possibly can, and hopefully somebody will get something and learn something for this.
Right.
Oftentimes, we throw ourselves on the knife and we talk about our own experiences, and that's what this podcast is about. It's just conversation, right? Hopefully somebody says something that someone can take from this.
Kenya said, I used to be a cheater.
Kenya. Yeah, I know Kenya.
She said, I used to be a cheater.
And I'm gonna let you guys reply. I'm gonna let you also call in, but I need to get through why. Habitual, just habits. Once you start doing something and you repeat it time after time after time, it becomes habitual. I didn't know any better. Being greedy. And what's the saying that I really thought? Ain't nothing. No, I'm not going to even say that.
Don't say it.
I ain't gonna say
We
that.
transparent.
In my mindset, ain't nothing like some good cat, but some new cat, right? So operating from that mindset, I be as honest as I possibly can. Those are some of the reasons why I've cheated. Now, I explained to you guys that there was also some relationships that I'm not going to mention that wasn't a relationship, so I didn't mention them. These are the people that I could go back and remember me having a serious obligation with these people. I remember Tristan as oftentimes when I got caught, just looking at them and feeling sorry for the way I made them feel, right? I had betrayed their trust, and it was, I would be saddened by how I disappointed them. And I would vow not to do it again, but I would find myself back in that same situation, right?
Right.
Being caught, hurting their feelings, watching them cry or whatever, however they reacted to it.
So you was remorseful.
I was very remorseful. But I would find myself back in the same mindset of those 5 or 6 reasons that I shared with you. And so I went back into the same old cycle.
Are you a Virgo?
I'm a Aquarius.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you where the change and the shift started to happen is through this last marriage that I had, being cheated on and understanding how that made me feel, to realize how I've made others feel. And God says you're going to reap what you sow. So you're going to get it exactly how you gave it. And so being cheated on in this last marriage and feeling those feelings of how it made me feel and how it made me struggle with confidence and things that I would hear some of my exes say to me, it resonated. I struggled with that. After this marriage was over, I actually put myself in counseling because I wanted to determine what is it about me that I cannot be satisfied with just one person. So I went to therapy. But I also knew that I didn't want to be that person no more, right? I didn't want to be a person who hurt feelings. And I can tell that it is a daily walk, right? With me, I'm still working at it and still trying to be that person. But I know that I don't want to be that person that has multiple women. My life is hectic enough with just one.
Right.
But trying to juggle the 2 and 3 is difficult. And I just don't want to be that person anymore that hurts feeling and that break hearts. Because once you are hurt and you feel that pain, you understand the pain that you put others through.
Right. I've always said that.
You know, had I never gotten this hurt, maybe I would have never realized that I owed these people an apology.
Yeah, you got a little dose of that other side.
Absolutely. I owe it to myself. I owe it to the people that I were in relationships with to be honest. And I wasn't. And I'm hoping that I say something today because this was my true feelings of where my mindset was today, what I did when I was caught, why I wanted to change. And it was very genuine. Yeah. And I have struggled with how I was going to do this for the last 2 years, and I have not obeyed God telling me you need to go back and apologize. Some of the ex, I don't have their numbers anymore, so I couldn't call them, I couldn't text them. But I needed to do this.
And this could be closure for them too. You know, even though they're in different relationships, I feel like it's still something. And like, why did he do me like that? I really was, you know. So I think that would help in their new relationship as well. So.
And I did have a conversation with one who she told me that.
Yes, and I can mean because my last relationship I was cheated on, so I know how that feels. They fucked the Mario coins out of. Excuse my French.
And hopefully, like I say,
so
somebody will take something and understand that you will reap what you sow.
Reap what you sow. I'll tell them that all the time.
You're going to get it back. And I can't ask God to bless me with this woman when I've not done right by the ones in the past. And I've not had closure to those ones in the past. So, you've got a lot of comments here. I want you to go through some of these comments. I know that you have a lot. Go all the way up to the top. And also, you are available to call the information line 501-650-9726. 501. We're just talking about apology, cheating. If you want to call in the information line, 501-650-9726.
Patricia Moreland says, haven't been to your club since haven't been to a club since yours.
Thank you, Patricia.
Let's see here. Patricia said, big ups. Shantae was laughing. Bert's clapping for you. Patricia said, come on and speak. Precious, I can't pronounce her last name. She said she's proud of you, brother. And she said this is truly growth.
Thank you, Precious. That's my sister.
And then Kayla says, damn, B-level, she's basically saying all them people you had to apologize to.
That was a lot.
Kenya says you cheated on some baddies.
I agree with that, Kenya. I agree with it.
Chris McGee said accountability is the key.
Yeah.
Let me see. Chris says women don't cheat better. Dudes just don't say anything. And then Leah Harris says, that's sad. You never saw a healthy relationship. Wow.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Let's see what Marcia says. Marcia says, I apologize to a woman I've hurt in the past. I helped their husband cheat on them. I've since been blessed with a great partner. God's forgiveness.
Thank you.
Oh, Kenya says, I used to be a cheater too, but I'm not apologizing. Fuck them niggas.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Tamika Gardner says, my mind said men struggling with just dealing with one woman. I think they be struggling with their sexuality. Name some differences with the women you felt each brought to the table. I didn't get that one.
I don't either. I think she's asking me to name something, but I don't want to do all of that. I think that's too much.
AMC says not too much on the Virgos, because you definitely described the Virgo earlier.
Did I really?
Yes. Let's see. Amanda Hampton says, shout out for you going to therapy.
Yeah.
And then Rakesh Miskell said, real shit, they deserved it. They sent the flower emoji.
Yeah, I believe that. Kenya said you get too old for that mess. Yeah, I agree, Kenya.
Tamla said, did you ever go to therapy?
Yes.
And then Dina says, you was a bust down with the looking eyes.
What is a bust down?
A hoe.
What's a bust down?
I think a hoe.
Oh, Dina said you was a bust down. Dina, call me. You know I'll be telling you to call. Dina, 501-650-9726.
Yes, calling Dina is funny.
No, man, I really have wanted to do this for a long time.
I think it's needed.
I really wanted to do this a long time. And I understand that some of the females are probably on this live. If not, if your name was mentioned, some of these people have probably tagged others that was on it. But I felt like they needed that, right? I felt like I deserved to give that to them. That was the right thing to do. It's a daily walk. It's a daily walk to get out of old habits, right?
Yes, it is.
But I genuinely know that I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be him. I don't want to be that person anymore. And oftentimes I tell women that and this is true, I think, with most men. Most men, a food never change. Go ahead. A food never change. If you kind of stick it out, sometimes women are not able to stick through the cheating. And okay, the phone number 501-650. Let me make somebody put it there. 501-650-9726.
Dana says, I never cheated on a dude. I thought I was locked in with glad you're working on yourself. And then Cherie says, obedience brings blessings.
Well, thank you, Cherie. I'm really, 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 and how I know I'm changed, because I don't even desire to do that no more, right? It's a desire thing. I don't desire to have multiple women anymore. Now, I still think, women are some of the baddest. You think I might be getting old? Shit, I might be. I do think that women are gorgeous and beautiful, but it's as it relates to just and then my tolerance level. Shit, I'm getting old. I can't even deal with more. I mean, it's hard to keep one of y'all happy. Let alone, are you still struggling with temptation? If so, how do you cope? Tam said, are you still? No, I don't struggle with temptation, because right now, or I have been trying to date this one chick, and shit, we've been struggling a little bit.
Everybody wants to know, are you in a relationship right now?
No. I was. I'm not.
How long ago was this?
That I got out of one, probably like a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, I was on the podcast then. I ain't.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing, y'all.
Yeah. And she and I are great friends, and
okay, well that's good.
Yeah, I mean we're good friends, and we still hang out, but I want God to bless me with that person, and I feel like I don't have the desire to want multiple women. In fact, the chick that I was with, I think she's a good chick, and maybe I don't know, maybe it will work our way back. I don't know.
Is that one of the ones that's on your list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I truly believe that in order to, and then the other thing, Tristan, is God also has been dealing with me these past 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. And I need to go a little bit into that. God stripped me of everything in the last couple of years, right? I lost my business. I lost my marriage. I lost a lot of things Sometimes God will strip you down to nothing to rebuild you up. And I'm rebuilding that thing in my life brick by brick, right?
Yes.
But he took everything. And I think that was for a reason, to show you ain't bigger than, you're not bigger than me. And I had to go through the fire. And that's what I think I'm coming out of. And in order to come out to get different results, I would be a fool to do the same old thing over and expect different results. And so I'm trying to move differently in the relationship deal. I'm just trying to move different, move better. I generally don't want to be that person. And that's how I know the change. In the past, I really didn't give a shit. I truly do not want to be that person.
Right. Nathaniel says you want peace, consistency, and stability.
That's correct, Nate. Big Nate. That's correct.
What's up, Toshiba?
But I needed to. What did you say?
No, I was telling Toshiba, hey, she just came in.
I needed to get this off my chest because I said I've struggled with this, and God has asked me to do this a couple of years ago, and I wasn't obedient. So somebody put a long message, Nakia. Let's read Nakia's. Okay. Go ahead and read Nakia's message.
Let me see. I think women cheat with. Hold on. I think women cheat with a man of status, sometimes because of their own self-esteem issues and being able to tell their close girls, and so man, or I am. Hold on. Or so man, or I'm fucking so and so. In the beginning, it may have been just that fuck. Then their feelings to get involved, and then he's gonna leave the wife for them just to want to take the wife's place. Or the side chick will allow them to do things that the wife would hold them accountable for. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. Tamla said, what type of woman are you preparing yourself for? Well, that's a good question, Tam. I want somebody that can be faithful and honest. And I think, I'll know right off if she's faithful by how she's moving. I want somebody, God-fearing woman. I want somebody to be good with children. She don't have to have her own kids. She don't have to have kids, but I want her to be good with kids because I have children. I want her to be considerate. I want her to be a great helpmate. I did say a Christian at the beginning. I want her to understand that there are a lot of pros and cons from dating a guy like me. And then just being honest, I don't consider myself a regular guy. So, you can't be a regular chick. Does that make sense? No. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't consider myself regular, so I don't want her to be regular. But I'll know, Tam. I have a good intuition. I'm a salesperson by trade. So God blessed me with the ability to be able to read people. That's one of the gifts that I have. Salespeople know when to shut up and push the contract and make them sign. We are able to read people really well. So I'm going to know right off.
Angela said, who is this, Brian? I love this version.
Angela P., baby girl, you was with me. You were my friend with some of the struggles that I went through. And Angela P., just through really turmoil and going through this life differently the last 2 years, has caused me to make a lot of changes to get some different results. Nakia said, "Woo, it takes a certain woman to date a guy like you." I certainly agree with that, Nakia. The pressure of just people being in your business, they have to be strong-willed, very strong-minded. They have to know who they are. They can't let people that are saying things about me and them shake them, because it's going to be a lot of that. I've always lived my life in the public. So you're going to have to be able to have broad shoulders and tough skin. You cannot jolt or get shook by the first thing that's being said, because, basically being a podcast, I live my life in front of this camera. So obviously the person that I'm dating or who I'm in a relationship is going to get it as well.
Latonya says she's so proud of you.
Latonya, who was that, Latonya?
Latonya Aikens.
Thank you, LT. Thank you. So you got Patricia saying you said a mouthful. Yeah. I mean, Patricia, I promise you, you got to have thick skin, and you have to be confident. you know. But I think confident is also my responsibility to give you the things that you need to be confident as well too, right? If I'm fucking off on you, you're not going to be too confident with us or you. So that job kind of falls back in my area as well. But I'm hoping that people, and not just men, I don't want to just say this a man thing, because like I said, women cheat as well. You know, at some point in time, you're going to get it as you receive, just as I did, right? And just going through the storm really just showed me, bro, this ain't what it's about. You know, you want to grow old with somebody. You want somebody that you could depend on. You don't want to be bouncing from pillar to post, woman to woman. And so this is the reason for that. I'm surprised nobody is calling. I thought the phone lines would be calling 501-650-9726. Tam is saying something.
She
Tam,
said, if this woman is packaged a little older your age and not was attractive, but has all the aptitudes, can you receive her?
so I did tell my friend that, right? And I will say this: I do know that I ain't looking for the baddest girl no more. I want you ain't got to be drop dead gorgeous. I want your mind to be right. Because sometimes those drop dead gorgeous chicks are a lot of issues, and there are a lot of problems, and there are a lot of attitudes,
A lot of insecurities.
yeah. And so you don't have to be that ain't even important. I want you to be nice looking, right? I want you to be attractive when your clothes come off. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be drop dead gorgeous anymore. I want somebody that's gonna bring me some peace, that's gonna work with me, that's going to understand me when I am telling the truth. The thing that gets me so upset is when I'm telling the truth and you think I'm lying. Shit, I mean, you got to be able to read as well. You got to be able to follow. I want a woman that can be submissive. But I do plan in leading the right way so that you can be submissive to me.
There you go.
Kay, stop it. Talking about you single again. I'm still
That's
single
like she
from the
try-
beginning. Stop it.
Like she trying to hook you up with somebody or something.
Who's that?
Okay.
Yeah, Kay. That was in a month ago that you were talking to me. Don't start that, Kay. But yeah, I think that that I am gearing myself for the right person, right? I think that if I was a father, I would let my daughter date me. I'm not saying that arrogantly. If I was a father, I would let my daughter date me. And that's my roadmap to doing right. I want somebody that will be honorable for their father to say, hey, I trust you with my daughter. A mother say, I trust you with my daughter's feelings. I trust you with their time. I'm not perfect. I'll say this. I'm not perfect.
What is Kay saying?
I don't know what. Read it.
Are you attractive when your clothes come off?
Am I attractive?
Because I got an oatmeal pie stomach, and it ain't stopped nothing. And these men be looking good. Them clothes come off, and they be a diabetic body.
Well, Kay, I'd like to think that I'm attractive when my clothes come off. I don't know. You got to ask my
What is a
one of my
diabetic
booze.
body,
I don't
girl?
know.
If she don't go,
I don't know. Patricia said, I found out if a man is saying, if a man say he is telling the truth, we have to believe them for what? Because you can run a good man away with all the nagging. Yeah, Patricia. You know, sometimes some of these women will run your way about nagging, but you know, for me, this is really this episode was about me trying to be the best version that I can be. I think Tam has another question. If you met a woman in childbearing years and she wanted more children, are you willing? Absolutely. I have
B-Love don't need no more kids.
I don't, but I love children. Understand, I have 3 children that I had with my sperm, and then I adopted 4. So I love children. I mean, obviously, you know, I was dating a woman that she had 3, and if she's on here, you can ask her the way I treat her babies. I love children. I absolutely love. So yes, I will be willing to give a woman another child. She better hurry up because I ain't got a lot of time. This this thing ain't moving too much. You better come on. You better come on. Let me see what Yes.
Um,
Adriana saying, "Wait on God to send you the right person." Yeah, I have really been trying really hard to make it work with my ex, and we're cool. So y'all, I don't know. I might be saying something different next week. We might decide to, because
Oh,
I'm still trying to
Lord.
figure. No, I mean, because I'm still kind of crushing on her. But
you talking about the last one?
yeah, the last one.
Okay. You ain't through yet.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I am. I'm just saying
What you
we're
got-
not on. We're not on now. So possibly there is a. We're not together now. So what are you getting ready to ask? You was going to ask something. What something?
Who, me?
Yeah, you was getting ready to ask something. You was getting ready to ask some bullshit.
I'm
Probably.
finna say what you do. I want to know what you did.
Nakia said which ex? Nakia, you know which ex? You want to make me put her name out there? You
Yeah,
know.
because
Would you finna say that?
I don't want to know. I wasn't finna say that. I want to know
My
what
last ex, Nakia. You
I
know
want
her.
to know what you did. I know your last ex because I heard
What
you
did I
talk
do
about
with
it.
when? What did I do?
What
with
did you do? Why are y'all not together now? What's the problem now?
Because I went back and had some relationships with my wife.
Damn, B level.
I did.
Just
And I was going. That's what got me fired from this one. But it wasn't nobody knew.
it don't matter.
I know it.
That's gonna be hard for another relationship in the future.
Well, I told you. You asked.
So you went and cheated with your wife,
Yes.
but I couldn't fuck with you.
Well, that's where I am. That's where it is.
Your wife?
Is that bad? Like
I don't
somebody
know, it
knew?
just- it
And you
just-
know when you break up, you
I
still
feel like
you
it's
play the go
worse.
back. I guess it is worse.
I feel like it's worse because I feel like you still got feelings for your wife. I feel like it'll never work with another woman because you got feelings for your wife. Why you keep going back to your wife?
That was the past. I mean, that was a mistake. So that's what happened.
Lord.
It's being as truthful as I possibly
I'm
can.
gonna get on to you off camera, okay?
No, I mean,
I'ma
hey,
get
you could say what you need to say, and that's why I'm like, I had to put her an apology too because I owe her an apology, and
Everybody
that's
talking
why
about
that's why she quit me.
Damn.
Yeah,
The wife, it could have been anybody else. The
that's
wife.
what she said.
See, you know I'm not lying.
Yeah, yeah.
It could have, see, with me on this podcast, y'all get best of both worlds. I'm agree with the women's side sometimes, and I'm agree with the men. That's why
Yeah.
I'm good for this show.
Yeah.
B-level, you wrong. Why you do that girl like that? It could have been anybody else. It could have been a random bride.
That's
Your
why
wife?
that's why I was trying to.
How long you was
trying
with
to
your
make it
wife?
right. 10 years.
Oh, damn, B-level. Y'all just gonna be cool. Y'all might not even be cool.
What?
I don't think ain't no coming back for that.
Well, we'll see.
I don't think so.
We'll see. And here's the deal, man.
She must really love you if she do.
Huh?
She must really love you if she do.
Well, I hope she does, but it is what it is. Now, if that happened after divorce, then yes. No, it was before the divorce, Nakia. She said if it happened after divorce, it was before the divorce. It was while we were separated, though.
What
And you
so
know,
what
no,
you mean? What?
no. Nakia saying if it happened, if the cheating with her happened after divorce, then that's foul. But if it wasn't, it was before the divorce. It was during the separation. When you going back and forth with people, you know how.
I mean,
it
yeah,
is.
the separation.
You ain't
We're
never
talking about
been
the new girl.
separated and went some back and forth with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically what happened. If you used to sleeping with somebody for 10 years and then you separate for a year and a half, you don't think you're gonna have a mishaps?
Well, yeah.
So that's what happened.
But it's your wife though.
I get it, but I'm just saying that was familiar territory. And let me just say this, even though it's not a disclaimer, she and my person and I was not together when this happened. We were separated again. There were plenty of breakups, so I didn't just cheat on her with my ex. Let me make sure I make that very clear. She and I wasn't together when it happened. But
Oh, so
that
why
did
she
make
mad
it.
then? So
Oh,
what does it
because
matter?
we
So what-
because
so
we
what's
were
the reason
still
then?
the way I mean she stayed. It still was her, but
So
I
because
wasn't.
basically was flouncing.
Well, we were on a break,
Y'all wasn't breaking.
so I still say that was cheating, even though it really wasn't cheating. Does that make sense? And I didn't want to go out and get a new person, so I just called somebody that I knew was good. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reason.
Yvonne said, so why did you jump in a new relationship rather than working on yourself?
I did that for 5 months, Yvonne. I was by myself for 5 months, even though that you probably might think that wasn't long enough, but I was by myself for 5 months before I jumped into a new relationship with my past. Hopefully that answers your question. Never poked another hole if you are committed to a hole. I get that, Angela. I promise you, I get that.
Fallon talking about some Tristan, your wife. My mouth dropped too.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. B-Love, I ain't
Just
gonna
got
lie.
back. It's a wrap. Yeah. Run to say, damn, B. So yeah, that was the whole deal. And that was over a year. That's almost 2 years ago too, right? That's been a year and a half ago since that happened.
So the girlfriend just held it over your head.
No, we've gotten back together again and gotten broke up again as well. So she's taken me back since then, but broken up with me again.
Oh, so you did something else?
No, I didn't do anything else. So I don't want it to be. She just was. I don't think she really ever got over that either, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it was lingering. Okay,
Yeah, it was
that's what I
lingering.
was thinking.
She's still bringing it
I
up.
was like,
And even though
I'm
we
thinking
wasn't
it just
together,
happened a couple of months ago. I'm
no,
like,
no,
you're
hell
wrong.
no. Shit, no, that was a year and a half ago.
Oh,
I've been
okay, I was
dating.
like, you
I
wrong
was
as hell.
dating this woman
Okay.
for almost 2 years now. So this was like at the beginning. This was like a year and a half ago. This was like maybe 6 months after I separated.
Right.
What are you laughing?
Yolanda said we unpacking the baggage for real.
We are
tonight.
unpacking the baggage for real. I
Ain't
want
it,
you
'cause I
guys
ain't
to
know this
understand
tea.
that this was late.
He
This
don't
was
tell me nothing.
this was right when we divorced. I mean, right when we split, rather.
Then I've been gone for 2 Sundays. He had somebody in my chair messing up with my dials.
So does that make sense now?
Yeah, it makes
we
sense.
were off. Me and the current girl was not together.
Because
when this happened.
I'm like, damn, B-Level.
Yeah, no, we wasn't. But it,
I
you
just
know,
got on the
instead
podcast.
of bringing somebody new, I went back and got
Right.
where I was familiar with because she and I were not together.
Right. Okay.
So in all fairness, I didn't cheat on her, but you know, one would say that I had relationships when we were on the off, when we were on the down, when we
Okay,
were
I
not
see
together.
what you're saying.
So hopefully that, I don't know if that makes it seem a little bit better, Tristan. A little bit better. So that's
No, because I was thinking it was like recent. Because you said you recently broke up
Nah.
with your girlfriend.
because
or
she's
whatever.
broke. She's
Okay.
been quit a
So I'm
couple
thinking,
times.
yeah. So I'm thinking this happened just recently.
No, this was a year and a half ago. Yeah,
I was like, damn,
almost a
B-Level,
year
I
and a
can't
half
go
ago.
nowhere.
No, for real. No, this was a year and a half ago. So, and as I said, it's a daily walk. You know, you can't change something
Let
that
me
you
read some
do
of these.
for years. It didn't take me years to get this way. So it takes some time to get out of this way.
Monte said, should I remarry my wife twice? So we're together now and got my fingers crossed. The heart is hard to understand.
Yeah.
Let's see what K Dot says. K Dot Michelle says, do you think you were being unfair to your ex-wife to run back to her when a relationship doesn't work out for you?
Absolutely. That's why I put my ex in that lane. I mean, I'm apologizing for all of my infidelities, not just one person. I put everybody on this list that I needed to apologize to. So yes, I was unfair to both parties. As I said, I wasn't with my girlfriend when it happened, but you know, she and I was on a break, so I didn't
Yeah, and then
know that I was gonna get back with her.
Yeah, and then Valencia says, y'all were still married, so really no one can blame you or blame anyone.
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, as I said, when you're going through those things, there's a lot of back and forth and bouncing, even though that
Y'all
happened.
sure was flouncing.
Yeah, no, we wasn't together though. You got to keep on, Tristan. You got to put that in there because I think that adds to
What?
that I wasn't with my ex. When
Oh
I
yeah,
cheated with
she
my
wasn't.
wife. We wasn't together. at
They
the
wasn't
time.
together.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Are you willing to put it in work? B for the last one. What? Okay, Nakia saying, are you I guess you're saying willing to put in the work, B, to get that last one back. Nakia, I've really been trying that. Y'all think you know that?
I think he like her, y'all. I think
No,
he
she's
really
cool.
like her. I think he really
she's
like
just a cool chick. She's a cool chick. She's a cool chick, and I think that me just genuinely being, listen, here's what I am. I want a woman that understands that I am work in progress, right? Know my heart. Know, you know, it's not a just one box check all. I really do believe like I check a lot of the boxes off as it relates to a mate. So when you're sitting down and you're deciding who you want to be with, infidelity is an important issue. But if you don't know my heart, if you don't feel like I've learned my lesson, then don't fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? And just not being arrogant. I think I need you to know my heart. And if you're not able to understand and read my heart, then you're probably not the right one for me. Because I should be able to read my partner and read knowing when they're sincere. And my actions, how I'm moving, should be a determining factor. But Nakia, I think you know some of the work that I've been putting in with her. But if it's not meant, it just ain't meant.
Fallon says, kudos to you, Brian, for going to therapy. It takes a certain level of accountability to acknowledge your shortcomings.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something that I really don't want to share, but the therapy brought me back to some issues that I had at childbirth. And I really don't want to get into that because I just don't want to get that deep. But that's what I learned, and also the reason why I have been in the past doing that. And she said, you have to deal with that. And so I learned some things to deal with that thing from my childhood that's causing me to not be satisfied. But in my mind of all minds, I truly know that I'm trying to be different, and I am different because I don't have the desire anymore. Like, it's not easy. It's not hard for me to go out and have multiple women. I can do that. I still think I'm halfway attractive. And I got a badass mouthpiece, but I don't want that anymore. I ain't trying to be with, I'm not trying to, I need to find me one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be flopping around and flip-flopping around. I'm single now. So, dating right now, even though I haven't been trying to actively, dating right now, you could date who you want to date. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been trying to move in because I want to make sure that this is kind of all done and said and done. You get what I'm saying, Tristan?
You trying to move on. I get it.
B-Level, you may need to go to another country since you're a changed man now because, baby, I think you have tested the Arkansas River already. No, but on a serious note, as a man, I'm proud of you for going to therapy. People don't know how much it helps you. Yeah, it helped. It really helped me. Phaedra saying, bro, it's time for you to work on some discipline. Yes, Phaedra, that's what I'm doing. Angela P., he did run down a list. That's 10 people.
Yeah, they missed the list. It was 10 people. I thought it was long.
I guess there's some people for the ones that are coming on late. Let me go down this list again. This is the reason why I'm apologizing, okay? Somebody asked the names. I had a list at the beginning, and I'll read it again. Keisha, Andrea, Shapika, Carla, Yana, Shanetta, Valencia, Monica, Shamika, and Latoya. And then, as I said earlier, the honorable mentions are some people that I didn't name that we just never got to an exclusive situation, right? We were great, we were cool, but we just never, there were some people that maybe I should apologize to that I'm not mentioning their names because we never got to exclusivity.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why I do that is I think that, for the people that are out doing some of the same things that I've done in the past, I think it will get to a point. I'm not here to condemn them for their doing a pass judgment on them because it had to happen for me when it happened for me. You understand what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me or nobody tell that person when it's time for them to stop until they get ready to stop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this was not even done to be condemning anybody for doing whatever they're doing, man or woman. I'm just saying that at some point in time, you will reap what you sow, as I've done. And where God has taken me the last couple of years is causing me to try to, for real, be right.
Tam says all their names with an A. Hold on.
That the people that she said all the names that end with the A. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh Lord Jesus, you're right.
She said stay away from them.
So what names do we have that don't end with an A? Kim. Give me some names of some people that don't end with an A. All names kind of end with A. That is damn.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
you looked at the list, didn't you? So anyway, I like I said, I'm just really trying to I'm just trying to be on some different shit, and I just
Somebody
believe
said come
that.
over this. Oh, ooh, that's Shanetta on there. This is messy.
I'm just really trying to be on just something different. And like I said, I totally believe that if he is going to send me that person, then I have to be truthful. I have to take accountability, and I have to, and this is a part of taking accountability and giving people closure and not being fair to them. And so that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, I'm definitely proud of you for that.
I'm really trying to be a better version of myself. Kayla Harris saying, call in. No, Shanetta, don't do that. We're not going there. People like Miss. We're not doing that, Kayla. But yeah, I'm really trying to be a better version of me. and it's still work in progress. And I'll say that I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect, but I'm trying to do right by that. Now, the request line is open 501 650 9726. If I'm not going to get any more callers, then I am going to go to Chris Webb with the new. No, I'm going to call Tam first, and then we can pick this conversation back up. But let me call Tam, and then we will get back. Okay, I'm going to call Tam. Has some things that she needs to say, so let me get her on. The
Hey,
line.
Candy. Hey, for the viewers that just popped in. This was definitely wrong.
Thank you, Angela.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Tam,
What's up?
are you?
What's up?
Tam,
Hey, Tam.
did you hear my apology?
Of course I did. You know I heard it. I said everybody name in with an A. You better stay away from them.
Stay away,
them
Tam.
last about A names.
Tam, you would notice that. You would notice that. You would notice that. You noticed that.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I am enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Proud of you. It takes a man. It takes a man to take accountability and go on a public platform with all those thousands that you're going to kick yourself in the ass tomorrow when you realize what you did.
Tam, it
It
was the
takes
right
a
thing to
man.
do. Listen, Tam, I really struggle with this for probably 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I struggle with this, and I did not want to do this. I promise you. You know, you and I bounce ideas, and we show prep.
Yeah.
And I told you about this, about 2 weeks ago? And what did you say when I told you what my
I
idea
thought it was
was?
an excellent idea. I did. It's an excellent idea. And it just feels good to purge, but it does take some balls because you're laying yourself out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do things, and they get away with a lot of things, and they don't ever think to, come to a public for a platform or whatever and actually just unveil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I think is doing is, because you also have a lot of men listeners. This may give some insight to them. They don't have to come on a public platform to do it, but it may incentivize them to also do the same, especially if things are not really going right in that area of their life. Sometimes, all you have to do is just make it a little adjustment and fix some things,
Mm-hmm.
and results come soon thereafter. So yeah. So I think it's a good idea.
And I just didn't think that he would bless me with somebody when I was a mess myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, that's 100% true.
You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm really just trying to clean up who I am. And I tell you, it's still a struggle. It's still work. It's work in progress. But every day I try to get up and do the right thing by people. You know what I mean? I'm seeing Shanetta saying that, read Shanetta's comment.
Okay, I
Tristan.
was wondering if I could. Or
Yeah,
not.
go ahead and read it. Go
Okay.
ahead and read it.
Okay, honestly, we went through what we've gone through. However, he was my husband, and I loved him. It was genuine, and we always supported each other.
And she and I are trying to have a better relationship as well because we got babies. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you, y'all have kids together?
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough. But she and I now are trying to get to a point where we can co-parent and we can have. And I just had a really long conversation with her last week about having some conversations with our daughters because we disagreed on some stuff. And I just kind of telling her that we kind of got to get on the right page so we can be examples for them. And hats off to Shanetta because she hadn't always been this pleasant. But our relationship is a lot better, and it's the daily walk with me and her too. So I'll say that on this public platform, even though we didn't work, she's trying to be a lot more helpful to me, and I'm trying to be a lot more helpful to her. Okay.
And that's wonderful to hear too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Tam, you've got some stuff. You got some drama that
baby.
you and I'm assuming that after I talk to you, I'm gonna talk to Chris Webb, and I think that you made
Yeah,
the
I
news you
understand.
can
I'm gonna
use.
be in the news tonight. But let me jump in front of.
Okay.
But since we're on the apology tour and the accountability tour, yes. And I was looking at all the people. Matter of fact, there are several people that are actually watching and listening, if they're still on, that were actually a part of this story that I'm about. Matter of fact, Trishan, who's sitting right beside you,
Shit, I was on the bus
was
too.
with
Hell.
her. Okay.
Sweating
And
out
yeah, I mean, I think when something starts to blow up social media, and you have a part to play, or it's one of your events or your name is on it, I think that it would behoove you if you have a brand to address it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little misinformation out there, but for the most part, I've never seen people be so accurate in their posts. Them people were not lying. Do you hear me?
Mm.
Them people were not lying. They were not lying. There were a few little things that were little off that I think I could bring some clarity to. But let me just say this first, because a lot of people don't know what we're talking about. So my name is Tam, and my business partner name is Rod, and we have a business called Professional Plus. And what we do a lot of things. You know, we're a hair care industry brand. We sell professional products all over the state and the surrounding areas. We do hair shows, we do classes, but something that we also do very often because we think is important is that we charter out buses for big shows like Bonner Brothers, Texas International, Jam Session, you know, different big shows all over the country. And what we do is we fill those buses up with students and professionals and take them to different areas, trade shows to either be participants in the show or go to classes. You know, and been doing this for the better part of 10 years. We have been learning, leaning, loving, and laughing for the better part of 10 years with this same model, renting different buses from different charter companies. Depends on availability and price. And most of them look like us, but not all. And we've never had a story that I'm about to tell you very quick. I'm going to speed through this.
Ooh,
Okay.
Lord.
Long story short, on last Friday, which was the 16th, there was a show called The Bonner Brothers. Let me put tech there. Everybody needs to send a special shout out to Tristan Hobbs and Ricky Cole. They went down to the biggest hair show in the world, Bonner Brothers, and they showed out. They showed out. Okay. Tristan was in the live cut party. They had all of the top stylists in the world there demonstrating. He was invited to be one of those stylists right here out of Arkansas. And then of
Toe it
course,
up.
we know Ricky Cole, toe it up. Of course, we know Ricky Cole did the $20,000 battle. Both of them represented our state flawlessly. We were very, very, very proud of them. But having said that, that's one of the reasons why we go. So we left on the 16th, which was Friday. 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours into the trip, the air goes out. On this day, the heat index outside is 115 degrees.
Hot.
Okay.
Mm.
So we thugged it out. We thugged it out. We called the dispatchers. They were like, hey, we can meet y'all over in Jackson. We was like, well, hell, if we go all the way to Jackson, we may as well drive the extra 2 hours and just thug it out, right?
Right.
You know, so, you know, we thugged it on out. We got to New Orleans. That's where the show was. Had a wonderful Friday night. Oh,
Thank y'all.
let me go back. Let me go back. After the air went out, they still sent a bus. Okay, so that
Yeah.
we would have a bus to bounce around in and Uber in and all of that for those 2 days, and a bus for us to also come back. So we did that. We went to the show all days, had a wonderful time. Come Monday on the 19th, we load up, we get ready to go. Right before we get ready to go over that Ponchatoula train, that you know that long bridge, it ain't
Yeah.
number
Yeah, we're
one.
coming back to Arkansas.
We were coming back to Arkansas. Boom, broke down. Bus broke down. So they sent us to to a mall for, somewhere where you can cool, you can shop, you can eat, because they knew it was going to be a few hours. And a few hours turned into 9.
Now, Tristan was doing
We ended up
TikTok
even getting
videos.
put out the mall.
That
Yeah.
was.
That late.
Had
Yeah.
the mall closed at 7. I think we were there, Tristan, at that mall about 8 hours,
Yeah,
right?
we was
Eight,
about we
nine
was about
hours,
there eight
right?
and a half hours. Definitely eight and a
Yeah,
half
eight and
hours.
a half hours. But you know what? We made lemonade out of lemons. Boy, we
Okay.
took out our speakers, we danced. Tristan went live, all of this. And let me just say this: the supporters that we have were so patient with me. They were so patient, so patient. Just supportive because they just saw me just getting more and more worried, right?
Right.
So boom, they had to call another bus company to come and get us out of Canton, Mississippi. That was what was taking so long. But that driver could not take us all the way back to Little Rock because he had to be in Tyler, Texas at 11 o'clock that morning. So he could only take us so far. So he took us back to Canton, Mississippi, where they had another bus waiting on us, right? So we had to unpack that bus, get on the other bus.
Just the third
It's
bus.
about 2 in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning. Everybody just kind of over it. You know what I'm saying? By now, we riding, boom, blowout
Oh my goodness.
On the middle of the highway in the dark.
on the middle of the highway.
On the
On the middle
water.
of the highway. Yeah.
This bus number
So
how much? What, 4?
3.
3. Okay.
no, we're on
This 3.
Yeah.
That's bus 3.
this 3. We on
Okay.
3.
All right.
Actually, Christian, we are on 4. We came down on the bus first.
Yeah,
They
the
sent
fourth,
us a bus. That's 2. So now we on our 4th bus.
fourth bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
We on our 4th bus. Okay, we on our 4th bus, right? So the blowout happens. They have to call a tire guy, come from some other town. It took about an hour for him to get there, about another hour or 2 to change the tire. We get back on the bus. Now we think we okay. About an hour down the road, boom, another blowout.
Oh my God.
Another blowout on the same tire
Same
that had
tire.
just been replaced. And the reason why it had blown out was because the guy who changed the first tire, he didn't change the rim. So that rim was, raggedy, sharp.
Right.
So it tore up the other tire. So by this time, we're literally an hour out from Little Rock in Wheatley. Wheatley, Arkansas.
But this is turned over to the next day though. This is the next day.
Yeah. Oh no, we're on about 20th hour. It took us 25 hours to get back to Little Rock. 25. As a matter of fact, we never even made it back to Little Rock because what happened when we got to Wheatley, called another tire guy to come out. He put the bus up on the jack. The jack sunk and broke the jack. At that time, I just got on Facebook and I started calling for anybody. Please, I need about 8
Come
to
get
10
us.
cars, trucks, whatever. But when I tell you everybody was calling and coming, we basically got rescued. Basically. I want to thank Kevin Stackhouse out of Forest City. He's the chief of the fire department there. He bought a truck. Washington Barber College, they sent their van. Some other people came. So by the time, everybody got picked up, we still had about 4, 5, 6 more people. You know what I'm saying? That they had to send another bus for and get us back to Little Rock. But I'm saying all this to say, there was a little miscommunication, not miscommunication, misinformation. That was 4 different bus companies. It wasn't
That
just
was not
one.
the
Everybody
same
just
same
thinks that-
company. Okay.
No, it was not the same. It was not the same company because this guy had to keep calling bus companies to come and get us from different demographics. Okay.
Different areas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I saw all of the posts and I rode with every one of them. People had every right to be upset, frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I take accountability because it's my brand. I know it wasn't nothing I could do, but at the same time, I want to instill integrity with my brand.
Right.
I don't want that to be the last thing they taste from my brand.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But we
Right.
all
I
know
want
it
you to
wasn't
think.
you though. We all know it wasn't you. That's why we was comforting you. We all knew it wasn't you. I mean, we was talking shit. We gonna talk our shit to pass the time.
course.
But it was
Yes,
definitely not against you.
Just when I was ready to fight somebody.
Well,
It
I
just
was
wasn't
telling you,
nobody to
I was
fight.
telling Tim I had to flat out my hair after this over.
All that.
She got to
We
flat
was
out my
looking
hair.
crazy, funky.
Before
Been
the
on the
show.
bus hard to sweaty for a whole day. It was a nightmare. It was a complete nightmare. But my folks stood 10 toes. I just got to give it up to our city. When I tell you, I got so many phone calls. People were on their way.
They
People
sure
were
was.
calling me. I got 3 vans. I got a concierge bus. I got this. I got that. So part of this conversation is just to thank all the people that reached out. You know what I mean? To help us out.
Right.
Second part, I want to thank all my supporters. The third part is I'm not going to let 5 buses, 2 blowouts, and nothing else deter me from doing this again.
I
I'm
heard
forward
that.
tough, baby. You know what I mean? I don't stop for nothing.
Don't say
I'ma do
Ford. Say,
another bus.
say another. Say,
Say
say
Chevy
Honda.
tough.
Yeah, say Honda.
You know
Chevy.
that's the slogan. You know that's the slogan for it, tough.
We
You
had
know
the
that
Ford
is the
issues
slogan.
already. We don't say Ford.
Okay. And fourth of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an integrity reception where I'm going to invite everybody that was on the bus.
We having a party?
And we
Oh,
gonna,
okay.
oh yeah, man, we gonna eat good. We gonna pull till we can't pull no more.
Don't
We
do
gonna
that.
have a kickback.
I'm
We gonna
coming.
have a
I'm coming. I
kickback.
wasn't on the bus, but I'm coming.
No,
Yeah,
you
what the
were.
fuck you invited?
Okay.
Yeah, he can come. He got.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be quiet, and I know y'all. This is all kind of off topic and everything, but I did want to have an opportunity to get in front of that to give some explanation as to what happened, and to really apologize for the experience that my supporters had, and that I am bound to do something to make this up. And I just love the support, that I always continue to get from Arkansas.
And I think Tam, like Tristan said, I don't think people were necessarily mad at you. They know
No,
you
they
didn't
were just
own the bus. They were
frustrated.
frustrated. They
People,
were
kids
mad.
had
They
to
were
get to
hot.
school.
I mean, so
Had to get to
obviously,
work. I think it was more frustration than what they had to do when they got back. So.
right.
Oh,
I
it was
agree with that.
terrible. People miss work. I got one better for you. We had people that when we got back to Little Rock still had to drive five
About
hours
5 hours,
somewhere else.
yeah, to get back home. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy.
Well,
It was nuts.
I think they can appreciate you coming on to make a public statement to tell them that your apology, even though you're apologizing for nothing that had anything to do with you, it's still your brand. They
It's still my
gave, yeah,
brand though.
yeah,
right.
yeah. I think people can respect that, and
And
I
you
respect you.
responsible over. You got to be accountable for everything that your name is on.
Right.
Yes.
She had to clear the air though. She had to clear the air.
Yeah.
Do you know when the party is going to be? The
Well,
integrity.
I had to be out of town all this week, so I'm working on a place. I got a place in mind that I'm gonna call tomorrow. Just a little something, ain't nothing too big or nothing, but I'll know everything, all the details and everything by Wednesday of next week, and I get to calling everybody and letting everybody know next week
I hope I
when
don't
and
be
where it's gonna be.
gone. I want to eat.
Oh Trish, and do that little horn thing again for Trisha. Trisha has been invited to New York Fashion Week.
Yes, to design for Dale Scott. I mean, not to design, to be the hairstylist for Dale Scott's models.
Big hand clap for
That's it.
Tristan.
Thank
Big
you.
hand clap for Tristan.
But that's why we do these shows
Right.
because we got to put our people in places to have exposure
Right.
to get
Okay.
these type of opportunities.
When I say I tore
That
that
part
room
right there.
up,
Well, thank you, Tam, for calling in and
Oh,
clearing
yeah.
it up and telling
Thank you,
people,
Rhonda.
apologizing to your supporters.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'll talk to
Shanetta.
All
y'all
right.
soon.
Bye, Tam.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, babe.
All right. Last but not least, we need to get Webb on the phone. We can get her on, and then we can finish our podcast.
know she got some tea.
Yeah, I think she's reporting. She's reporting Tam as well too. I think
Yeah,
she was
because
on
tell
there.
the truth, we got home. Yeah, we were stranded.
Hey,
Webb, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Thank you, Yolanda.
what's going on?
Webb, have you? Are you got us on speakerphone? You're bouncing off some stuff. That
Okay,
sounds a lot
hold on.
better. Sound a lot better. Sound a lot better.
I'm
Are you
ready now.
are you ready to go, Webb, with the news you can use?
Yes, I
Ho-
am. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Have you been listening to the podcast?
So I'm gonna be honest. Now, somebody hit my car with a shopping cart, and so I got like a little dent on my truck, and I'm kind of mad about this shit. So I've been googling how I can get it out. I think I'm about to go take it to the repair shop.
Oh, Lord, you got to go back and listen to it. It was really, really good. I promise you, you're gonna be proud when you listen to it. But let me get you on the news you can use first, and let me give your intro, and then we'll go ahead and talk.
Okay.
It's in the news.
News you can use. And we're talking about it
It's in the news.
with Chris Webb.
All right, Chris Webb, all the way from Texas, to tell us what were you posting with the news you can use this week. What you have going on?
Okay, so we had a lot of stuff going on this week. Now, I will say that a lot of this was out of state. Alabama was on fire, but it was very newsworthy, so we definitely talked about it.
Okay.
So, one of the first stories that I think this is maybe my top story this week. It was an Alabama woman who came forward and she basically told her story about how she was infected by her lover with HIV, and he knew he had it, and he did not tell her.
Mm.
And so she was all over the internet this week. He tried to act like he didn't know what she was talking about. He tried to deflect her. He tried to play dumb and make her seem like she got the HIV virus from her child's father. And she quickly, like, told him, I know I got it from you because I just had a baby 5 months ago and I was good. And I've been messing with you since I had my baby. You the only person I've been with. And he gave her HIV. It was really, really sad.
Wow. So knowingly gave. You said was she married to him or just dating?
No, they were just dating.
Okay.
And then after she tried to come to him and was like, hey, you gave me something, he took it to Facebook and had his homeboy blast her like he didn't have HIV too.
Mm, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Um, so right now we're in Alabama. So I had another story come up out of Alabama. It was actually a young woman. She actually was into it with the girl, went to the girl's house to try to fight her and was gunned down and shot 36 times.
Mm. By the other girl?
Mind you,
Who shot her?
huh?
Who shot her?
That's not we're not clear. We just know she was gunned down 30. We just know she was gunned down and she was shot 36 times. And what's sad about this story is that she had a young daughter, and her child's father actually just recently passed away a few months ago, and so now she was violently gunned down this month. So now her child is a motherless, fatherless child right now.
Mm. Wow. Prayers goes out to that child.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're gonna go to Atlanta. We had a story out of Atlanta where we had a young woman. She was approached by a gunman in front of her home, and she was violently gunned down as well.
I saw that.
They,
I seen
yeah,
that too.
yes, they initially stated that it was like a domestic dispute. The girl was caught over her child's father's house by the boyfriend, and he came over there and was upset and gunned her down. But I later found out, I spoke to someone out of Atlanta, and they did confirm that she was like what you call a sit up chick. And that's basically a girl that gets men set up to get robbed or whatever. She was a sit up chick. So they were basically saying karma came back and bit her.
Oh wow. Damn. Setup chick.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So we have another story out of Mississippi.
You can be traveling
Um,
all around, ain't you, Will?
we were just all over. We was national this week. I was proud of y'all. Y'all didn't show out too bad.
Okay.
But y'all still showed out. But we have a story out of Mississippi. Isha Davis, she wanted to confront her husband's side chicks. Basically, she's letting them know, like, hey, y'all want to have everything I got. Y'all want my life so bad. Y'all want to fool with my man so bad. Well, all the women that I've just reached out to, I want to let y'all know, welcome to the club. We got disease that we cannot cure, HIV, and get ready to go get your meds. And I
Oh
was
boy.
like, oh my
Damn.
gosh.
Yeah, was that the girl that said I had some good stuff?
I thought that was the same woman she was talking
No,
about
so
earlier.
that was the girl out of Alabama.
Oh,
She
okay,
was
okay,
like
okay.
her
I know I saw
drugs
somebody on
good.
your story that had that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was basically just a message to the side chicks, hey, go get your medicine.
Okay.
If y'all been fucking this nigga raw, then
Hmm.
he give it to you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So we're back in Little Rock now. So we had a story out of Little Rock. A young lady decided to come forward and let us know that her man likes to get his dick sucked by other men.
What's wrong with
And he
that?
never wants their kids.
Did you hear Tristan? Did you hear Tristan way up?
Tristan knows about this story because he comes.
Cause I had to comment. Cause what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with the first part? I said nothing.
Shit.
Just
What's
let us
wrong with that? I gotta
know.
pull my
Just
hair.
let us
Cause what's
know.
wrong with that?
What's wrong with what?
Nothing. Just let us know.
Oh, okay. Cause don't put that in the news, nothing. Cause ain't nothing wrong with it.
Tristan, don't be over here trying to get my
That's
tag and
completely
you want to go
normal.
suck some dick out.
Oh.
Don't start that, Tristan. Do not start that. Don't start that.
Because these hoes be want to fuck Tristan too. You know that, don't
Yup,
you?
best of both
Oh
worlds.
my goodness. Oh,
I'm
my
for real. I already know.
You should have seen me in New Orleans.
So she basically was like, "Hey, he likes to get head from other men. He's He likes to have sex with crackheads. He left me for a crackhead. He gave me gonorrhea and cheated on me 3 times. And I bought you a car and put you somewhere to stay, and this is how you repay me. So a lot of Little Rock women were like, "You're foolish. Like you shouldn't have been trying to be on build a nigga. And like, is that your only nigga? Like, how would you let this man who's clearly not into you like keep cheating on you? You take him back in, he give you gonorrhea." So yeah. The streets didn't show her too much sympathy. Like, you know how they are. They just, they're really honestly the streets, they're really fair. They really are understanding when understanding needs to be given. But when it's foolery, baby, they don't spare these people.
It's
So,
the first
you
part for me
know.
though. It's the first part for me. So if you wait till you get mad to say your dude like to have other people suck on his thing.
That's crazy.
Oh, Tristan, thank you so much for saying it. Because why was the street saying it? They was like, wait a minute now, wait.
Cause you weren't mad about this before,
Yes. And a lot of
and you
people were
bought him a
saying,
car.
like, yes, a lot of people reached out to me and was like, "Oh my God, they couldn't have beat that out of me. I would go to the grave with that." They was like, "They cannot beat this out of me. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all, I got a lizard in my fucking house. I'm so scared.
Where,
Oh my God."
where was that all you got? So you didn't
No,
report?
I got one
Oh,
more
okay,
story, but I
okay.
just saying I got a lizard in my fucking house. Oh my God. Okay. Last thing, and I think this was the most terriblest thing of all this week. So we had a woman out of Benton, Saline County, and she was concerned that her daughter was stealing from her. So to catch this thief red-handed, she decided to set up a ring light in her closet so she could catch the culprit. And unfortunately, she found more than she was able to handle. Turns out during the day when everyone leaves, the father is having sex with the family pets. And when I say family pet, I'm saying English bulldog. He lubes himself up, lubes the dog up, and jump in the bed and goes to town.
Oh, damn.
These white
The
folks.
woman reported, yes, the woman reported that they noticed that their family pet was red and inflamed, but they just figured she was in heat. Turns out she's been getting raped by the husband.
Oh, damn.
He's currently locked up right now in Saline County
For
with
raping a
charges of
dog.
bestiality.
For raping a
Yeah, for
dog.
bestiality.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wait. So, Chris, there was two stories. I thought you were going because I saw you had reported on the story of the bus with Tam. You didn't speak on that. She just came on and said a statement. You didn't hear it. But also, you reported me when I did something but I didn't get reported. I got a lawsuit. You ain't put that in your news. I'm mad about that.
I'm sorry, B-Level. I was gonna
You-
put your little
It
lawsuit
wasn't
win
juicy
in the news,
enough.
but
I guess it was.
I guess
It
we.
was.
I guess I thought don't be juicy
it
enough
was
for her.
it was bigger fish to fry than you. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
it was bigger fish to fry.
Okay, I ain't big enough. Okay, cool. All right, okay. But I did see you report on Tam's bus, and she came out and gave a public statement. And I want you, when you get a time, to go back and listen to the episode because you can
Yes,
hear what she said.
we did see the Freedom Riders, and I'm just going to tell you this.
Hold on now, because I want the freedom.
You was definitely a Freedom Rider.
And I
Yeah,
made
we
it.
are- we-
And I made it back to the
Our
other
hearts-
side.
Our hearts go out to all the Freedom Riders. Your attitude and your positivity was very uplifting, and there was I think that y'all were even trying to learn how to do like a two-step dance.
And it was.
So I'm just really proud of you guys that you guys kept a positive attitude, even though you were stranded several times without air, had to transfer buses, blown out tires. Like
Tell she got us some freedom riders. I'll never forget.
Martin
I can't wait to
would
report her
be very
news.
proud. Rosa Parks would be so proud of y'all.
Oh my goodness, they wasn't all getting to the back of the bus. They was all. Some of the people was in the front. Some of the people.
I know
was
how
in
to
the
do
front.
that to me a line dance now.
Well-
I ain't mad.
well-
I'm glad it
Well,
happened.
I know
Yeah.
I think my girl Mika, she said the bus was from 1968 and they didn't have any phone
That
cards.
wasn't 1968. It was one that was 1991. So, and we had charger outlets, and
that
we
was
had,
around when Star- that
and
was
one of the
around
bus
when
had
Stars was in
spinners,
love with
and
her
we had
man.
tinted windows. and we had somewhere to plug our phone at. So and we had a
So you
bathroom.
think the bus is from '91? So that was around the time when Star and Johnny was in love, right?
Oh boy, there you go, there you go. Webb, I'm gonna let you go on that note. Hey, listen, next week Webb, we are off because of Labor Day, right? So you get a week off, and then we come back the week afterwards. Okay.
Okay. Y'all wish me luck. I'm finna try to kill this lizard. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't have any lizard spray.
I'm gonna just
Where
get a
she
shoe,
live,
get a shoe
Arizona?
or
A
something, and
lizard?
step on it. Well, get a shoe or
This is
something.
the time where I need a man. I'm
That's
scared. What the fuck?
that's right. That's right.
Oh,
You posted all them pictures where you thick in the mirror. I'm surprised ain't nobody trying to get down there. I'm
All
surprised.
right, let me tell you, B-Level. I'm gonna tell you, B-Level. They all on me, but I ain't trying to get Charles. You hear me?
I heard that. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I won't see you next week, but I'll see you the week after, Will.
Where you going?
Okay.
All right. Well, I hung up on the face. We're off next week because of Labor Day. So Labor Day next Sunday is Labor Day weekend. So we're gonna be off next week. Okay. I see Sandy Spears on here. And Sandy, what's up, Sandy? I'm gonna tell you, not next week. We're gonna be off next week, but the week after, Tristan, we're doing our Battle of the Sexes where we're gonna have
Dang,
four.
What week is that? I'll be gone the 6th through the 9th.
It's gonna be the week you're gone.
We got to we got to do something else.
I think it's gonna. Let me tell you the exact date it's gonna be. Okay. Speaking of Sandy Spears, she is one of our followers. That's
Hey,
going
Sandy.
to be. Sandy is gonna be. So we're gonna have 4 guys and 4 girls, and I'm also gonna have a white woman and a white man. Sandy Spears is my white friend. That's the white female that's going to be on the Caucasian white. The same, is it not? Is it not the same to say? Should I not say white? I should say Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Is that better? Okay, Caucasian woman. Sandy is my good friend. She is going to be on my panel on, let me tell you, it's going to be the 8th. You're going to be gone.
Can we?
I already pushed it back. It was supposed to be this week.
Okay, I'm
but
gonna have to
then-
call in then.
Yeah, you got to call in. Maybe we can do it on the
From
phone.
New York.
But we pushed it back. It was actually supposed to be this week, and then we pushed it back because I was in trial last week, and then you was in New Orleans, so I couldn't get ready for it this week. But Sandy Spears, we're gonna try to be live on location. We're gonna go somewhere, and we're gonna have questions for our panel. We're gonna do it on a debate style. We're gonna have 4 guys and 4 girls, and we're gonna let people, instead of letting everybody answer the questions and the topics, we might let 2 people from the team answer it, and we're going to do it on a debate style deal. And so it's going to be really cool, really dope. Like I said, we're going to have 3, people. Excuse me, 4 guys and 4 girls, and I'm going to at least get a white guy, which is one of my friends named LP, and then Sandy is going to be my Caucasian female, okay? So look forward, mark your calendars. Next week, we will be off celebrating Labor Day. Take the time with your family, have your cookouts, your barbecues. We will not be on that week. We're going to take some time so Tristan can go spend time with his family. I can spend time with my family. And then the following weekend, Tristan, tell them again where you're going and what's your purpose of what you're doing.
Yes, I'm going to New York Fashion Week. I will be one of the hairstylists for Dale Scott.
I got it. Hold on.
Oh, thank
One
you.
more time. I got to give you that. Big ups to you for doing
Thank
that,
you.
Tristan. And what are you doing in Fashion Week? Will you just
I'll just be styling the model's hair so they can walk the runway.
wow? And so take a picture of the ones that you
Yes,
and
yes.
post it so we can share it. All right.
Yes, I'll probably be going live if there's enough room in there. They told me I was allowed to bring my cameras, bring anything to advertise my business. So,
Okay, y'all make sure y'all follow at Tristan Hobbs on Facebook because he's gonna be going live, and we're gonna send our luck with him, our
Thank
prayers
y'all.
with him, our congratulations. We are so proud of you doing your thing, represent Arkansas, a
Thank you. I
small
appreciate
town.
that.
We are proud for you repping Arkansas, so we're gonna have you in our prayers.
I appreciate that.
For that, okay? So listen, I want to end by saying that if you are doing something or you have done something to wrong somebody, I suggest that you get there and you apologize, right? You never know when is your last day on this face of the earth. Tam
y'all.
had to apologize today. I had to apologize. You never know what tomorrow brings.
Right.
So don't go to bed mad, being wronged, and not having, because you may not wake up tomorrow and be able to apologize tomorrow. Do
I had
not
to
put
think
off
of something.
tomorrow.
Did I do something? Do I need to apologize for something? Let
Did
me
you?
think.
Did you?
I gotta think.
Yeah, you probably got.
Oh.
You probably got to apologize to some people. Do not put off tomorrow what you can do today. Okay, that's the word for today, dude. That's the phrase for today. Do not put off something tomorrow that you can do
today.
something that you can do today. Okay. I'm going to ask you again, if you want to advertise on this podcast, send an inbox to Brian Stewart or the YouTube podcast Facebook page, or also send it in inbox to Tristan, and somebody from our advertising department will get back with you. Okay. This is the last week that we're going to accept applications for our female co-host. If you're interested in being one of my a female co-hosts, please inbox me, myself, Tristan, Tamala McElroy, or the UTB podcast page, and just tell us why we select you, okay? We will narrow it down to 3 or 4 guests, and we will wait till you get back to do that so you can have that choice, okay? So if this is the last week that we're taking applicants for that, okay? We've got over 50 applicants that we're narrowing down to try to get to 3 or 4, and we will let the audience have some say on who we pick. We will let them do a week by themselves with us. So that promotion will go 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. And then we will let them at the end be able to have something. Yeah. Thank you, Fallon. We will let them at the end be able to say, I like this person, or I like week number 2, or I like this person. Of course, we get to consider, but we're going to take your opinion as well, because they will be before you, okay? I think that's a wrap. That's the show tonight. We will be, again, off next week. I need you guys to go to my YouTube page, Brian Stewart Sr., all right, Brian with the Y. Subscribe to that and hit the notification button so that when we put our videos there, at some point in time, we're going to move this podcast over to YouTube. So I want you to go to Brian Stewart Sr., and I want you to hit the notification button and hit the subscribe button so that you can get notified when we have new episodes, okay? All right, is there anything else you need to say before we go?
No, we good. Great show. Yolanda said great show, as always.
Thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you.
Y'all. Y'all said congrats. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Tony. And we'll see you in 2 Sundays.
We'll see you in 2 Sundays, y'all, at the same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all be safe, and good night.
Good night, y'all.